Well, several Republican-led states are now joining a lawsuit against one public school in Florida. Several teachers at that school allegedly launched a so-called transgender support plan for one of their students. And the child's mother claims her daughter became confused about her gender because of her friends who were apparently obsessed with talk about gender issues. She claims teachers secretly spoke to her daughter about changing her name and which bathroom she wanted to use. Well, now 21 other states are putting their top prosecutors on the case to set an example for other schools. January Littlejohn is that mother from Florida. Her case, again, was at the center of the Florida Parental Rights and Education Bill, which was signed into law by Governor Ron DeSantis last year. Vernadette Broyles is her attorney and president and general counsel of the Children and Parental Rights Campaign. Welcome to you both, and thanks for taking the time. January, if I could start with actually how the story of you and your daughter managed to make its way to the national spotlight and through especially this Parental Rights and Education Bill. When Governor DeSantis actually signed it, he sent out this tweet saying, "The bill I signed today protects Florida parents like January Littlejohn. School officials manipulated her daughter to transition, calling her a male name and pronouns without January's knowledge or consent. This is wrong, and today's legislation will ensure it doesn't happen again." January, now some time has passed since this bill has been signed. How are you feeling about it all?
Well, I'm incredibly grateful to have a governor and a legislature that really stood strong for parental rights. And this issue should have never been politicized because parents of all backgrounds support parental rights and the notion that they should be included in critical decisions occurring with their minor children in schools. And so it's really disappointing that it was so politicized because, again, all parents deserve and want to be included in these decisions. Gender ideology has become a unifying issue amongst all parents, regardless of religion or political background. And we see that in many different ways happening in our culture right now.
You know, it's gotten so much attention, again, on that national level, that there are a lot of GOP top prosecutors, again, who are joining in on this lawsuit here. And Vernadette, that's where I'll bring you into this. Again, what's your expectation of sort of the support that you've seen from a national level when all these states' attorneys generals are joining in to sue?
It was an extraordinary showing of support and of force on behalf of, as you say, 21 state attorney generals, and for this reason. To be clear, this policy was not simply adopted by a few teachers. It came directly from the school board, from the very top of the administration. The school board and the superintendent had prepared a written LGBTQ support guide on behalf of Leon County that made it clear if a child begins to exhibit signs of being somewhere on the LGBTQ spectrum, parents are not to be informed because the presumption is that it would be dangerous to a child's health and well-being to inform parents. That is outrageous. And the attorneys generals from around the country weighed in support of the Littlejohns because this same pattern and practice is being observed all throughout the country. And so it is an affront to parents' fundamental parental rights under the United States Constitution, and it's threatening and harmful to children's well-being. So it needs to stop.
And of course, again, this is something that the Littlejohn family household has experienced firsthand. January, we'll just end with this. How's your daughter doing today? And sort of what's been the process for you to walk through how this has all played out?
Well, I appreciate you asking, and I am fiercely protected over her privacy, but I will tell you, she is on a path to healing and self-love. And that's what I do now in my free time, is I help other parents walk through this nightmare with their own children, because at the end of the day, we all love our children more than anything in the world. And there is hope of walking your child through this confusion. And that's exactly what it is. These kids are confused and they need their parents to lovingly and compassionately walk them through the confusion by setting healthy, appropriate boundaries, just like you would with any other issue a teen faces.
All right, we'll leave it right there. I appreciate you both coming on today. January Littlejohn and Vernadette Broyles, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.